We've talked about math operations we can do with vectors. Let's discuss briefly the kinds of operations involving vectors that are not meaningful. One area of confusion that may arise is the mix-up of vectors and scalars. For example, an expression where a vector is set to be equal to a scalar is not valid. These difficulties may arise when the magnitude of a vector is confused with the vector itself. The magnitude only expresses one aspect of the vector. The direction of the vector also is necessary to express a vector completely. Using the correct notation, for example, making sure we clearly distinguish vector magnitudes from vectors, or expressing vectors correctly in component form, can help us avoid these problems, especially later when we will need to work with vectors in more than one spatial dimension. Here's another possible trap. A vector can never occur in the denominator of an expression. Here again, this may arise from confusing vectors with their magnitudes. It is legal to divide by a vector magnitude, since the magnitude is a scalar. Finally, we just mentioned here that multiplying vectors is possible, but must be done in a way that's different from the multiplication of scalars that you learned when you were younger. We'll discuss how to do this later in the course.